Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Today marks the birth anniversary of Luc Montagnier, born on August 18th, 1932. And let me tell you, his life story, it doesn't read like your typical dry scientific biography. It's actually a lot more like a high-stakes scientific thriller. We're going to unpack the incredible duality of a man who is literally responsible for one of the 20th century's most brilliant discoveries, but who somehow ended up tangled in the 21st century's most baffling controversies. So this brings us to a really fascinating central mystery. I mean, how exactly does someone who won the absolute highest honor in science, the Nobel Prize, eventually alienate his peers and champion what the scientific community overwhelmingly calls pseudoscience? Wild, right? Well, to understand the fall, we really have to look at the rise. Born in central France, Montagnier started out as this incredibly dedicated neurologist. His early lab work actually laid the foundation for some massive global health breakthroughs. He rose through the ranks from a degree all the way to prestigious Pasteur Institute. The guy was an absolute master of electrolysis. He even developed specialized culture media just to study it. He really was an undisputed expert in his field. His ascent to the absolute pinnacle of science, it was rapid and honestly pretty dramatic. Back in 1982, he was asked to look into this mysterious new syndrome. Within just a year, Montagnier and his team successfully isolated HIV. Now this triggered a huge, actually a pretty bitter dispute over the discovery with the American scientist Robert Gallo. The fight for credit and patent rights got so intense that it literally required a 1987 sit-down between French President François Mitterrand and U.S. President Ronald Reagan to settle the whole shebang. But ultimately, in 2008, Montagnier won the Nobel Prize in Medicine. But here is exactly where the paradox begins. On one hand, you've got rigorous life-saving science. I mean, the meticulous isolation of HIV. But on the other hand, his later years were defined by these highly criticized, completely unverified theories. It is just stunning to think that the exact same mind that rigorously isolated a microscopic retrovirus later pivoted to claims that, quite frankly, completely baffled his former colleagues. Take 2009, for example. This was just a year after his Nobel win. Montagnier proposed an experiment that completely defied the established laws of physics. He called it DNA teleportation. Get this, he claimed that if you dilute HIV DNA in water until practically nothing is left, it emits these low-frequency signals. He then recorded these signals as a basic 6-second wave audio file, emailed it to Italy, and claimed that playing the sound over pure water allowed them to reconstruct the original DNA. Yeah. His peers were absolutely flabbergasted. Biologists started calling it pathological science, pointing out that literally zero independent research has ever been able to support it. And the teleportation claim? That was really just the beginning. His later career escalated into this full-blown scientific rebellion.